actually. Yes, my husband works for Kid Rock as an off-duty officer at his bar in Nashville,
No
and he was
way.
so upset when you went in there. He missed you, and he's like, "I got to get this guy. I got to meet him." And he was so excited knowing you were coming in, and then
Oh,
it was like he missed you because he was in another bar that night.
well, you're probably the only woman in Nashville whose husband's in bars at night and you're not worried about it.
I'm not at all.
I
Not
love
at
that.
all.
No, I love Kid Rock is a good man, I would say.
He is. He is. And I hope that if you ever come back that we would get the chance to meet you because I've been following you since I was 15 and not in a stalker way, I promise.
Oh,
Um just
gosh,
I've
you're
been
making me
following your
feel
career
old.
and
Oh, that's so
what's that?
nice. You're making me feel old.
I'm not that old, I promise.
Good.
You're not old.
Uh, um,
Um
so tell me
but
what your question is.
my question is that we're at a point now and it's a really it's a I'm preaching to the choir here. We're at a bad point in this country that we've never been, unprecedented times. Um, we've got one of the most evil governments on this planet.
Yes,
Um,
that's
my
true.
husband goes, "Hey, tell him that I'd love to have him out here. And I'll teach him how to shoot. He needs to make sure he's carrying because he's a target too."
Oh,
And
I'm definitely. You can
we're
reassure your
just
husband. I'm definitely carrying. I'm not
okay.
going to wave it around on camera, but yes, I am always.
No, I understand. So we're just at a point where my husband is a retired cop from upstate New York, and he makes his pension from that. He retired 10 years ago. You probably are familiar with Saratoga.
Yeah.
Um, and we moved down here. Well, we moved to Texas, and then we moved here. And we're just at a point now with his health that this is not sustainable for the American people.
I
We're
agree.
being charged now $5,000 in income taxes with 3 children. I've got a 5-year-old and 2-year-old twins,
Oh,
and we're just making it, and we can't even afford to pay our tax bill, so that they can send it to Ukraine, right, and give it to illegal aliens and all
yeah.
that.
Literally.
We the people have had enough collectively, and I've been into politics since I was 15. I was on the Sean Hannity show the one time. This is just something I'm passionate about. And I am so sick and tired of these people just getting away with it. This whole sham trial, witch hunt with Trump. And then, this joke of a trial for Hunter Biden. It's insulting. They're insulting the American people. And they better be careful because we've had enough of it. And I'm seeing it on TikTok every day that, people are like, getting ready to rise up circa 1970 or 1776. We
Yeah.
can't do it anymore.
Yes.
People can't survive. And we
Well,
are at a point now where we're considering leaving the country. My husband and I are, that was kind of my question, was that, we are considering moving to Eastern Europe because he would be able to live off his pension, which we can't do now. And right now he's working 50 hours a week up there at the bars, and it's just not sustainable. This is not, I mean, our food is being poisoned, right? Our water is being poisoned by
yes.
pharmaceuticals. Again, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir because you already know all this, but it's like I think they think the American people are stupid, right? They really think we're stupid. And so I'm sorry. I'm extremely nervous right now, and I cannot
Oh,
believe I'm
no,
even
no,
talking to
no,
you.
no.
So
Don't be
forgive me.
nervous. I mean, it just makes me mad to hear it because it's only the best people are being crushed. Larry Fink is fine at BlackRock. I mean, the worst people are being rewarded. The most virtuous people
Yeah.
who've done the most for the country with the actually indispensable jobs like raising children, defending us
Right.
from criminals, like those are the ones who are
Right.
going under. And the unfairness of it all drives me crazy. I would say about Eastern Europe, I personally think Eastern Europe is one of the bright spots in the world. I think it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
think the people are great. I think it's grounded in Christianity. It's not, any kind of religious, obviously religious society, but it's just sort of basically Christian civilization, which is what
Yes,
you
sir.
want because they believe in the dignity of the individual and fairness. Like you want to, even if you're not a
Right.
Christian, you want to live under Christians because they'll treat you like a human being and not a slave. So
Exactly.
I love Eastern Europe, and I think Americans are moving there. The problem, it's just
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to move to a foreign country. I've spent a lot of time in foreign countries, leaving for a foreign country in 3 days. They're great. They're just not your country. And so it's just hard. It's very
Right.
difficult. I would just keep that in mind. I personally would wait till after the election. And,
Right.
you know, maybe there are signs of meaningful positive change and you don't have to. You
Yeah.
hate to leave your own, you know, the country where you were
course.
born, where your grandparents are buried. Like it's a lot. But,
Yeah.
but if I was going to leave and move somewhere else, I mean, it would, you know, I'd rather live in Romania than Baltimore. That's for sure. It's just a
Right.
lot nicer.
Yeah.
Hungary is Central Europe, but it's an amazing country. I think
That
Poland
was one of our options.
Yeah.
Hungary.
I mean, these are great places, but they're also affordable places. They're not.
Right.
You can't even live in this country if you don't make
Exactly.
a lot of money. If you've got little kids, you don't make $300,000 a year. You're going under $300,000 a year.
I know. It's outrageous. And
It
these
is
people,
outrageous.
meanwhile, are sitting in their ivory towers and telling us what we should be doing. And they're you know, insider trading is legal for these people.
Oh, I
They
know.
would crucify the
of
average
course.
American for doing
Of
that.
course,
The rules for thee, but not for me,
of course.
is just it's not.
Well,
it's got to go.
They're just looting it at this point. So anyway, I would wait 6 months and take stock. But if you're going to go somewhere, you know, in sadness, but because you have no choice, I think Eastern and Central Europe is pretty great. It's what
Yes, sir.
you know, it's what we.
Thank
should be.
you.
Anyway,
I hope
Bethany,
I
it's great
get
to meet you.
someday and shake your hand.
Well, I'll see
Thank
you in
you.
Nashville. Say hi to your husband.
Yes, sir. I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.